Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that she is a bad mom? So I live in my brother's house, as I'm currently finishing my college, which is in the same city as my brother, and he suggested I should stay in his house until I finish my college so I can save up the money which would have gone for rent instead. I told him that I will be a headache for his family, but he insisted on staying with them. Now he has 2 daughters, one's 6 months and one's 6 years old. The older daughter is a huge troublemaker. She goes inside my room and steals things, tears up my books, eats my snacks, etc., and her mom blames it on me for why I keep these things within her reach even if it's in my room. She doesn't even allow me to eat junk food at home, as her daughter then starts to cry for her to eat some too, which her mom doesn't like. However, one day I found her daughter coloring my college books, and I snatched it from her, and she started crying. However, her mom started to scold me, asking why I was making her cry. That's when I snapped and scolded her back, telling her how she can't even discipline a small child, and she should have learnt parenting before deciding to have kids. After this argument, we haven't spoken with each other since, but I felt that I should have done that. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole, and these comments are absolutely insane. Not the asshole. 6 years old is way too old to mess with other people's belongings. That's a first grader. I feel like this free living is becoming pretty expensive, and would recommend finding your own place. I absolutely cannot believe these comments calling you TA. I had 2 children 3 years apart. I worked full-time, and when they were 4 and 1.5, I was a single mother and a full-time college student. At no time did either of my kids ever color on the walls, books, or anything else they weren't supposed to. They never got into food they weren't supposed to touch either. Then again, I parented my children. Something that seems to be a lost art these days. Not the asshole. Not enough bad parents are getting called out on their bad parenting lately. 6 is definitely old enough to know that you don't steal things or color on other people's stuff. It has nothing to do with rent. It has everything to do with being respected as a person that lives in that place. Just because you don't pay rent doesn't mean they can treat you like shit and mess up your belongings. ETA. In a comment, Opie said it's not even the son's house. It's their father's that he allows the son's family to live in. You should definitely put that in the post, because that is very important information. I love how people believe if you live somewhere which isn't yours, that entitles people to treat you like shit with no recourse. 6 is plenty old enough to know to not touch what doesn't belong to you. But why is just the wife being called a bad parent? Does your brother not parent his children either? Was his wife even consulted about you moving in? Are you able to lock the door to your room? Info needed. Am I the asshole for getting my money back? I, 35, and my sister, 32, have had a recent argument about my mom. For context, I have been saving up since January this year because I have been wanting to get my own home. I rent and live alone. Next year before my birthday on February as a gift for myself. 2 weeks ago, my sister messaged me asking to borrow cash for some emergency at home and that she will return it in 2 weeks' time. I told her I don't have spare cash with me and I live paycheck to support myself. She knows I'm saving up for a house and told me she will pay it back as soon as possible, so me being a people pleaser, I said okay. After a week, I found out that it's my mom who needed the money, not my sister, and she outright lied to me to help my mom. Me and my mom are not on good terms. She disowned me long before this issue, because I was tired paying for her debts. It feels like never ending, so I decided to stop paying. I told my sister I need my money back, and she told me our mom is going through a lot of debts, that I should have some compassion, and that I should consider the money they borrowed, help for my mom, and never expect a payment. She said I am being a very bad daughter and sister for even trying to get my money back. So, am I the asshole? Not the asshole. And you can take your sister to court for the money you already gave. The messages she sent, you can prove that she lied to you and committed fraud. Sorry that both your mom and sister are AHs. Not the asshole. She lied to you, specifically used the word borrow, and then said her lie was justified after she said it was for your mother who disowned you. Good mothers don't disown their children. I don't actually think you'll ever get that money back. So maybe LC/NC these people and accept that your ambition is delayed. Not the asshole, but your mom and sister sure are. Your sister lied to you about needing money, promising to pay you back with no intention of ensuring you got the money back. I doubt you'll ever see that money again unless you sue, and even then, you might not see it again. One thing is clear, both your mom and your sister suck and cannot be trusted. Don't ever loan either of them money again. You're not the bad guy here at all. Your sister lied to get money out of you, then tried to guilt trip you into treating it as a donation. That's not compassion, that's manipulation. Your mom cut you off and used you for money in the past, so you're allowed to protect yourself now. Wanting your own cash back, so you can actually build your life, doesn't make you a bad daughter or sister. It makes you someone who's done being the family ATM. So, your sister is a liar, but you're the bad sister. You're never going to see that money again, so just consider it a lesson learned, and go and see with them. Hell no, not the asshole. Your sister deliberately lied to you knowing you wouldn't want to give your money to your mom, and knowing you were saving up for a house. Whatever your reasons for cutting off your mother, they are yours, and it was your decision, and your sister has no right to criticize you for doing that. Am I the asshole for kicking my boyfriend's friend out of my birthday party? I had my birthday party 2 weeks after my actual birthday. Due to the seasonal work I do, so it would be finished in time for my party, which I planned 6 months in advance. One of my partner's best friends, let's call him Peter, birthday fell on my party night. I didn't know this until a few days before the party. Peter arrived about 2 hours late to the party, and I approached him to say happy birthday and gave him a hug. We are usually friendly with each other, so I was shocked when I was met with a bit of a bad attitude, but oh well, I continued on having fun with my friends. An hour had passed, and Peter went to his car and came out with a massive speaker, which overpowers mine, and places in the center of the party, and starts blasting music. I asked my partner to please tell him to turn it off, as my party was 70s themed, and I had a certain playlist on for earlier in the night. Peter turned his music off, and then made a comment that no one liked the music I was playing, and the vibes were shit, and one of my close friends had told him to get his speaker, which wasn't actually true. He actually asked her if the old people had left yet, and then he continued to grab his speaker on his own. My partner even made a sly comment in front of me saying, "Don't worry Peter, her speaker will be dead in 10 minutes anyways," which really upset me because I saved up to buy my speaker for the party and I was really proud of it. JBL 320, which cost me $600. His speaker is a $1,600 soundbox. Around 20 minutes later, Peter decided to grab his speaker and grab a bunch of the boys, and they head over to play his own music at full volume, overpowering my speaker once again. I told my partner please shut it down, and he did. Fast forward another 10 minutes, and my speaker all of a sudden changes music. I go into where it is to connect back to it. Peter and one of our other friends had come back inside to where I was and sat beside me on their phones. Peter was in Spotify, and my phone disconnected again, so I snatched his phone out of his hands when he says smartly to me, "I'm not even connected." Our friend beside him threw his phone into his lap and said, "You told me to connect," to Peter, and then I blew up and told him to get the fuck out of my house. And if he wasn't being such a CNT, then he would have been involved in the cake cutting. He left, and now my partner is embarrassed because of how I reacted. My partner has said he isn't taking sides in this. This is what I actually feel bad about, but I couldn't help but feel he wasn't being truthful with me, and Peter had sent him a message on his phone, and I read it, which read, "Peter, I don't know what her fucking problem is. This is bullshit, my partner." Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know what her deal is. So am I the asshole for kicking him out? You should have kicked out your boyfriend too. With a boyfriend like that, who needs enemies? He's happy talking shit about you behind your back and lying to your face. You can do better. Hello? Your boyfriend did pick sides. Happy late birthday. Not the asshole in the slightest. It's your birthday party. You got 2 gifts. 1, fun night with your friends. 2, evidence to dump your shitty boyfriend. Your boyfriend didn't like the playlist and wanted to hijack your party. He used Peter to do it. Come on, you can't be that blind. You're better off without him. Not the asshole, but you will be to yourself if you keep on in this relationship. Why did you post this if you're just going to keep defending your pathetic excuse for a boyfriend? The answers are so obvious here. Peter is a major asshole, but more importantly, so is your loser boyfriend. Especially your boyfriend. This story is infuriating enough, but the way you typed all that out and still keep defending your boyfriend in the comments. You have a hard life ahead of you if you can't see the red flags and choose better for yourself. Am I the asshole for saying my mom only cares about her reputation and not her kids at a friend's dinner? Context: I'm 18 ATM, and when I was 16 I ran away from home for about 1 week after a big argument with my mother, who I have a very turbulent relationship with. I ended up coming back after a call with my middle brother. Today we went to a dinner with some family friends, and one of them was congratulating me on getting into the university I wanted. I'm the first person of our family to go to university, including cousins, aunts, etc. So this is a big deal for me because I'm very proud of it. Then another person joined in and said I was a very good child and would love to have a child like me. My mother decided to join in and said I wasn't a good child, I was selfish and self-centered, and I gave too much trouble, and decided to tell them about the time I ran away from home, which she always brings up every time someone compliments me. The room got very awkward, and people stopped talking and just stared at me. I exploded because this was years of situations like this happening. I got up and very loudly said that my mother was the selfish and self-centered one, that she only cared about her reputation and being viewed as a saint for having to deal with a troublemaker like me. I told her that she should be thinking of the reason of why I did what I did and not telling the world to make herself appear innocent, and that my two older brothers think the same. Then I left and went home. I do believe I shouldn't have done it in front of everyone there, but my temper was holding by a thread. We live together, and she hasn't uttered a word to me, and left me a note saying I should start paying rent, because if I think she's such a bad mother, then she finally will be one. My brothers told me I was right on arguing with her, but I should have done it when I got home. Not the asshole. Your mom chose the location to have this discussion. She just assumed you'd take it quietly. Never hesitate to defend yourself. Not the asshole. She wants to bring it up in public, then she will get her response in public. Not the asshole, she isn't the victim here. But you might have just blown up her reputation too. Not the asshole. If you want to be an asshole, you could write a note back. Say something like your petty, ugly little note and its contents illustrate exactly why you are a horrible mother. Oh, not the asshole. You were right. Keep your head down, get a job, save, get out. Not the asshole. If she gets to embarrass you in front of people, she can't get mad when you do the same. She doesn't get some special privilege just cause she's your mom or cause she's older.